ridiculous questions are so annoying. I'm not even... I ask questions. I'm a journalist. That's what we do.
Hello, citizens. Today we're going to talk about something kind of disturbing and despotic. The recent trend of citizen journalists being arrested. We'll look at the First Amendment as well as international law, Article 19, and my new Twitter. So stay to the end, follow my Twitter, start off with delete laws, being denied his First Amendment right to freedom of the press and redress of the government, and being denied services.
Are you saying out loud right now to me that you're going to try to stop me
Yes,
from
you can't
recording?
record during our interviews.
Because
I
why?
record them. We record them.
Right.
And that's the policy.
But I'm a member of the press.
Okay, but still, you can't.
My First Amendment
But
rights
you-
ended during an
But
interview.
you're being interviewed.
No, no,
as a
I'm not
complainant.
interviewing. I'm filing a complaint.
Right.
Doug?
Yes, once we get into the interview, you can't record. I will be doing an audio recording. And again, if you wish to obtain a copy of that audio recording, you can make a public records request.
85% of communications is nonverbal.
Okay.
So that means that you can do... Your rights don't end when you go into a cop shop. Your rights don't end because the cops don't want you to have an audio or video of the recording. That's not true. What he's saying is fundamentally untrue. And now I have another cop here who I'd like to identify. What's your name, sir? Name and badge
My
number?
name is Sergeant Combs. I'm going
Sir.
to ask you to stand up for me, please,
For what?
because I'm going to ask you to leave the office.
You're going to ask me to leave? For what?
I'm going to tell you to leave the office. Stand
You're
up out
going
of
to
your
tell,
chair.
you're going to tell me
Yes,
to
I
leave?
am.
I'm here to file a complaint.
This way.
Oh, are you forcing me to leave? I mean, I don't want to
I'm
get
asking you to leave. If you don't leave, you will.
right. Then I'm criminally trespassed. But what's your reason, sir?
Sir,
What's your reason?
this way to the door,
We'll
please.
explain it.
Can I get your name, badge number just one more time?
Sergeant Combs, ID 2158. This way to the door.
I'm going to sue you.
Congratulations.
I don't know how it is down there in the States, but you have to give a reason, because it's technically a detention when you're forcing someone to move. So, upon detention, here in Canada, you have a right to demand why you're being detained. That's even if a police steps in front of you, tells you not to go in a certain direction, that's considered detainment.
You're going to
This way
get
to the door.
sued.
Okay.
So then who's going to take my
This way to the
complaint
door.
on the police?
I'll address you down in the lobby.
Okay, let's just dress me down in the lobby.
I'll be right with you. Okay. Keep escorting them to the elevator.
You got.
Yeah, I'll be right with you, but nobody took his complaint. And he was complaining about an unlawful arrest, another First Amendment violation, clear corruption within the United States police forces, and how do the corrupt police function with corrupt judges like this guy who got caught and murdered, or suicide if you believe the corrupt news. This is who's protecting the corrupt police officers ultimately. Predators like him that are into these things. Now let's get back to international law. Article 19 is considered customary law. And as we see here, customary law doesn't have to be written out in a treaty or some other form. It's binding on all states, regardless whether or not they specifically engage in that particular practice or officially recognize it. What is it specifically? Article 19, right to freedom of opinion and expression, which comes from the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. So, the way you can violate this is if there's a law in place. Then they would be legally obligated to do a particular act, like deny Mr. De Castro and the 6 other citizen journalists that have been arrested this week their First Amendment right. But of course we know that there can be no law prohibiting the free exercise of the press or to redress grievances. That officer was acting outside of the bounds of law, and the UN should be stepping in. So maybe, I don't know, if enough of us tweet them, like retweet my, 6 in a week times that I've tweeted UN human rights. And while you're there, maybe retweet my tweets to John Tory. Stay strong, citizens. Now more than ever.
The world is going to be blown to pieces. We have stupid people now running our country. The world is going to be blown to pieces.